What if I told you there's an artist who can make you laugh until you forget everything, and then just moments later leave you completely speechless with a single note? Not two different people, not two different talents, the same person. And right now, the world is finally catching up to just how rare that is. Because this story isn't just about success, it's about proof, measured in millions of votes, hundreds of millions of data points, and moments that people can't stop replaying. At the center of it all, let's start with the moment that feels almost unreal. A global Fan Plus poll asked fans to choose the ultimate all-rounder idol, someone who doesn't just perform, but thrives in variety shows too. And when the results came in, Jin didn't just win, he dominated, with over 14 million votes. Think about that, 14 million individual decisions, 14 million people choosing him. That's not casual support, that's conviction. Because fans aren't just voting for visuals or vocals, they're voting for something they've experienced over and over again. Moments. Unexpected, unforgettable, deeply human moments. Because Jin has this ability that's incredibly difficult to define but impossible to ignore. On stage, he's precise, controlled, emotionally piercing. But off stage, he becomes something completely different. Unfiltered, playful, brilliantly unpredictable. And somehow, both sides feel equally authentic. That's why he earned the name Manjedol, the idol who feels complete. Not because he's perfect in a distant, untouchable way, but because every piece of him feels fully alive. You see it the moment he steps into a variety show. Whether it's his own content like Run Jin or large-scale productions like Netflix's The Great Chaos, Jin doesn't just try to be funny, he reads the room instantly. He reacts faster than you expect. He creates humor out of nothing, and then somehow elevates everyone around him. It's not forced, it's instinct. And that instinct, it's what turned him into an award-winning force in entertainment. At the 2025 Brand of the Year Awards, he was named Male Variety Idol. But even that wasn't the peak, because at the 2025 Fundex Awards, he became the first ever global netizen popular star in the K-Show male category. Not just a winner, a starting point. The standard that didn't exist before him. And while all of this is happening on screen, something equally powerful is unfolding on stage. Because when Jin sings, everything changes. Fans call him the Silver Voice Vocal King. And it's not just a nickname, it's a reaction. A reaction to vocals that feel clear enough to cut through noise, yet soft enough to carry emotion in every line. At the opening stop of BTS's Arirang World Tour in Tampa, Jin didn't just perform. He connected. Every step across the stage, every glance toward the crowd, every note delivered with unwavering stability. It felt intentional. It felt personal. And that's why people call him Siren Jin. Because once you hear him, you don't just listen, you're pulled in. And here's the part that makes this story even bigger. While Jin is evolving into this multi-dimensional force, the group he stands with is doing something just as extraordinary. According to April 2026 brand reputation rankings, BTS ranked number 1, above icons like Yoo Jae-suk and Lim Young-woong. But this isn't just a popularity chart. This is built on over 262 million pieces of data, consumer behavior, media coverage, public conversation, community engagement. It's not about who people say they like, it's about what they actually do, what they search, what they share, what they come back to, again and again. And even in a month where overall data decreased, BTS remained at the top, because their presence isn't momentary, it's continuous. It lives across platforms, across countries, across emotions, and Jin, he's one of the clearest reflections of that power. As a solo artist, his Rajteo Jin Skorkin EP tour didn't just succeed, it entered the top 20 global concert tours and landed on Billboard's charts. As a performer, he commands stadiums. As a variety star, he wins awards. As a public figure, he shapes brand identity, working with names like Fred, Laneige, Lucidol, and more. Different industries, different expectations, same result, impact. And maybe that's what makes this moment feel so emotional. Because when you step back and look at everything together, the votes, the awards, the charts, the data, the performances, you realize this isn't just about being good at everything, it's about being felt everywhere. Jin doesn't just appear in different spaces. He leaves something behind in each one. A laugh, a memory, a line that stays in your head longer than you expected. a performance you replay, not because you have to, but because you want to feel it again. And when one artist can do all of that, while standing inside a group that continues to dominate globally, you start to understand something deeper. This isn't random. This isn't temporary. This is what happens when talent, timing, authenticity, and connection all align at once. So when people say Jin is an all-rounder, they're not wrong, but they're also not saying enough. Because what we're witnessing right now isn't just versatility, it's evolution in real time. And the most exciting part, it doesn't feel like the peak. It feels like the beginning of something even bigger.